The doctors are here again. It's time for We the Doctors. And my name is Dr. Jules. And of course, my colleagues are here with me. Dr. Yvonne.
Hello, everybody.
Dr. Walevria.
Hello, you're welcome.
And Dr. OK.
Welcome to today's show.
So today's topic, I'm really happy about today's topic because something I'm really passionate about. I actually have a foundation. I'm sure they don't even know. I have a foundation about today's topic.
I know.
We're talking about care of the elderly. Okay, care of the elderly. And it's something peculiar to us Africans because we know that globally we have seniors' homes and stuff like that. But if you talk to most Africans, you realize that we take care of our seniors at home. So,
and that's a senior home.
It's not a senior home because they're not
We're very family oriented.
We are very family oriented.
You know, funny enough, I was speaking with a colleague of mine yesterday, and he told me that we're talking about different specialties in medicine, and then it just dawned on me when he was talking, and it was like the only part that he knows that I really like the most in medicine is geriatrics.
Really?
You know, I just love it when you see these elderly people come around, and then they start giving you just about things that happened in the past. And then, you know, they feel so grateful. I mean, they seem very fragile. And then it's so surprising, someone that used to be up and about, and all of a sudden is just taking a step one at a time.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, but being with that family unit is what it's all about.
Yes,
At least being with a group that they can interact with. And thankfully, we're talking about those tips that you can help them live, you know, a good quality of life, especially in their golden years. That's what we refer to it as. And one thing I would like to say at this point is that by 2025, by the year 2025, we'll have 100 million seniors in Africa alone, and 75 million of them will be in sub-Saharan Africa. So if we intend to take care of our seniors, we want to take care of them well. Okay, so that's what we'll be talking about.
Let's pray that our life expectancy.
How do we define it? How do we define a senior? You know why I'm asking that?
Yes.
Because life expectancy in Nigeria, for example,
52.
is 52.
And
that's below the definition of a senior.
Which is anybody above the age of 60. So hopefully with watching several episodes of We the Doctors,
it's even related.
The expectancy
some
will
other
be
people
more.
say it's above the age of 65, actually.
Yeah, some say 65,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
but
think
it's
globally
relative,
accepted
yeah.
is 60.
No, it's 60 that is globally accepted.
60.
So let's talk about the challenges that seniors face every day, especially in our society, in our country. Because when we are talking about seniors now, we're not talking about somebody that is terminally, they're not talking about somebody that is active, because we have the seniors that are very active and are contributing to the society. There are some that are still working actively. We're talking about those ones that are living with medical conditions, they are terminally ill, they need some form of assistance, okay? Sure. So let's talk about those things that affect
let's talk about
the challenges, yes.
A low literacy rate amongst especially some older women.
Exactly.
Exactly. So now,
why didn't you say older man?
I said especially, not
he's
like
just trying, don't worry, he's just trying to be effective.
No, but to be honest, the life expectancy for the women is more.
So they get to seniors more than we do get to seniors.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so we have to take care of the men.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This when they have certain medical conditions, they really don't understand it, even when they are explain it properly to them in terms of even their drugs, dosages, and the rest of them. You can't just leave them by themselves to do these things. They need some form of assistance. Yes.
And I must mention that is something that they do very well in our primary healthcare center.
Yes.
They tone down the information, the healthcare information.
And break it down for them.
That's basically what we are doing on this show also.
Vernacular.
That's what we're doing on this show also.
Yeah,
we are breaking it down to the people watching.
Exactly.
In the health centers, they break it down also to them,
Exactly. And another thing that we do, in Nigeria particularly, you see that after a certain age, they tend to take the senior back to the village.
Yes.
Or they say, oh, it's time for mama.
Sometimes they request. Sometimes
the seniors want to go back to the village.
No, not
find it when you
so
confine the elderly ones to homes. It's what happens in the community.
Right.
Yeah, I just feel it's important to mention it. They don't have access to pension, but we can create a pension scheme for them.
Then another percentage of these elderly people can be labor migrants. So people will move from one country to another in search of a job, and they get stranded. I've seen missionaries in our seniors' homes here in Nigeria that come here. They don't have a family to go back to, believe me. believe it or not, and they cannot go back. So we need to create a system that can support this percentage of our population.
But let me add something, please. Let's support our own people first.
But not discrimination. If it is available for everybody,
I'm talking of economics here. I'm looking at the economics of
Let me tell you why I said that. Of course, we'll be discussing that after the break. The benefits of having a healthy, senior population in the country. Let's take a break and then we'll discuss that. Don't go far.
Hello, you're welcome back. It's We the Doctors. We've been talking about care of the elderly. I'm Dr. Yvonne. Well, we all want to grow old, as we all know, in numbers, because nobody wants to die. But we don't want to grow old in looks. That's why we take
very good care of ourselves.
Exactly,
I want grey hair, though.
Even I know you want grey hair, however, but so many people are running away from aging. They are afraid of it. They are scared as they grow older. For each birthday, it's not like they don't want to celebrate their birthdays, but they're like,
but the perception of the elderly has changed.
They don't want the wrinkles.
Media. You see people that are like women 40, 50.
Exactly.
My goodness,
you know when you get to that age, there's nothing you can do other than try to look good.
If you understand that the
but
older you are, the more you qualify for governance in Nigeria, you want to grow old.
Oh my Lord.
So the thing that happens here is this. You're born by your parents. They take care of you all through till you're an adult. Now your parents are getting older. From parents, they become grandparents, great-grandparents, and the rest of them. And you know that as people grow older and the age, they start getting weaker. As in everything, as in the strength and everything they used to have before is not the same as, it's like a curve. As it goes and gets to the peak, then it starts to descend. So that's just the way it happens normally in life. There's really nothing you can do about it. But you can actually help these people. Because now, in this part of the world, like we talked about before, we have certain strong family ties and cultural practices that allow us to still care for the older ones. Fine, some of them can actually do things for themselves. They can still work and do all of that. But some others are not like that because they may be sickly and things like that. And that's where we are coming to now, because we want you to be able to care for these older ones. It may not be your direct parents. It may be your neighbors or even your distant relatives, just to keep them healthy, because there are advantages There are advantages of having these healthy seniors in the society, and that's what we are going to talk about in this segment.
I think when people talk about seniors mainly, and they want to make elderly ones look like the troubles in the society, I always say no. And why I say no is I like to think of lots of things from economic point of view. It may sound selfish, but we'll find out that in our environment, this particular environment we live in, seniors actually take care of the younger ones.
A lot of seniors. Let me add to that. There are lots of seniors that mark down their age just to be in the workforce. But most of them are well into their 60s.
But we even have seniors who, let's say, for example, in civil service, leave civil service at 65, start a business at that 65, keep growing the business. At 70, that's
leave civil service at which 65? Where? No, leave civil service at 60.
Okay, so 55, 60, 65
60 is the official age.
They leave civil service they leave at 60, and they start a business.
They tell you, I'm retired, but I'm not tired.
Yes.
And they provide funds for day-to-day activity of families, of even the society. And I don't know why anybody should look at them as weaklings. Let me explain what I mean. Look at them as a trouble in society. They are not. And that's a big advantage of having seniors grow really in the society.
Right. And talking about depression and all that, because our society, we get to live in that environment where the seniors are together, or you are seeing your grandchildren, and you know that community in itself reduces their probability of being coming down with depression, which can eventually lead to suicidal attempts and stuff like that. So it's very important that you have a healthy individual. When they are all healthy and they are all communicating with each other, coming together to play Ludo and all the, what do you call that thing? Is it checkers or whatever? Keeps them a draft. Oh my goodness. It's a good cognitive exercise.
Talking about that, I mean, I think one of the good advantages of having them around is that it strengthens family ties and bonding.
Yes.
You know, this person's cousin comes around and family is around.
Well, you have family gatherings. It's a reason to go back to the village.
Exactly.
Like that.
And then you play around and then you hear some stories, and then a lot of encouragement. have the feeling that, look, I have somebody who's looking after me. I have someone who cares about me.
Who is praying for
who's
you
praying
too.
for me, exactly.
And you have a history.
And then exactly, and then there's this sense of belonging.
Yeah,
you want to
exactly, that
be,
it brings
when you
to
want to
the
make them
family.
proud, stuff like that. Basically, it's really, really helpful.
Then even beyond all these gains we see, there's the beauty of balance in society. Imagine a society that has only kids. And when I mean kids, anybody below a senior in this term, I'm going to refer as kid. Imagine a society that just has everybody less than 50 years. It's not a balanced society. There won't be any beauty in that society. And for the sake of beauty, it's important to have seniors in our society.
Exactly.
So we take care of them, help them get to that point where just for the sake of beauty, we have seniors in the society.
And you want other people to take care of you too.
No, the whole thing is that, I mean, you know that one day you aspire to be
like
an
that.
adult.
That's
So
what
you
I'm saying.
have to grow.
Yeah.
So you also want someone to
People
take
to
care of
take
you.
care of in that
Exactly.
same
I have a
light
little
too.
way. I have a little way of saying it. Imagine a society, for example, in Nigeria, if everybody's hair is black, you won't love it. That's why you find people buying all colors. But if you have gray hair, genuine gray hair, it's a thing of beauty. Really.
However, they still help with care for orphan children.
Yes,
children that don't have parents, or if their children actually died due to one cause or the other, they take care of their grandchildren. They play a significant role
in South
when it comes
Africa.
to this.
Yes, where you have the parents dying off due to HIV infections.
Or
So
some
his
other issues.
grandparents now
Yeah.
and some other
And
issues.
the ones that
And then even in our own environment, most of the time when a woman gives birth, you just go and
Thank
call
you.
your mother and then come and do
Omogo.
And it's the mother.
People now even do it abroad. You know, what you find out is that you realize that, I mean, some mothers, when they retire here, they go to the US, for example, and then they go see their children and they maybe help with then other friends, the other friends in other
come
states,
to drop off the
they'll
kids.
just tell them that, my mother is around, say, come, let her come and do. So they then use it to make money and then get money and stuff like that.
Let me tell you how
coming
the
back.
story even goes. You go to the embassy these days as a senior.
Yeah.
It's the interviewer that asks, are you going for Mukwa?
Oh my goodness! I hope he rubs off. because the
Yeah.
kids
I mean,
culture.
it's really nice because, I mean, the fact that even some of us at the stage, you just feel that once you have kids, you just carry those children and go and give to your parents because you know that the training that you got, I mean, that child of yours is going to even get a better one because, I mean, you know that he's in a good hand. Your parents are very good people. They're they're good disciplinarians and
What
stuff
Dr.
like that.
Valeria is saying, in case you are not Nigerian, it's something that we call omuguo.
Yeah.
When the woman gives birth, if she's not in her home country, the mother will go to the foreign country and take care of that baby.
Even when
We
you're in
call
your
it
home
omuguo.
country,
Wherever you are, the mother
Yeah,
just
the
comes.
mother still
Mother
goes,
goes
but
to take care of the
peculiar
baby,
to
yeah.
his story, he was
Yeah, his
mentioning
story, yeah.
While the father
overseas.
takes care of the house, so I didn't want to go away.
Yeah,
takes care of
the
the
father
house.
is still important.
Yeah, that's what I'm
How the
saying.
father follows them, watches them on Skype.
All right,
All right.
so that's it for now. We'll be taking a testimonial. Thereafter, then we, the doctors, will be right back. Please stay tuned. Don't go far.
Hello and welcome back to the show. We've been discussing about care of the elderly, and the show you are watching is We the Doctors. My name is Dr. K. For today's interview, we have the Medical Director of Advanced Medical Systems, Dr. Jibril Dosunmu.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to today's show. Dr. Jibril is always about geriatric medicine. And geriatric medicine, obviously, is medical care for the elderly. And I want to ask you straightforward, why did you make a decision to choose geriatric medicine?
I came back to Nigeria about 10 years ago, and I was working in a public hospital. And I realized that we were focused on two sections of the demographics. We were taking care of kids, the pediatrics, and then we had the general medicine. And then we had this section of the population from the age of 60 and above that were just being prepared for the inevitable. And then you have these people sometimes, I would say fortunately or unfortunately for them, they live up to the age of 90. And it was only those who could afford to probably go abroad or get that kind of specific care that were really enjoying their lives. And the others, they were just living day by day. And looking at how things are done all over the world, the government and basically the government has the attention focused also on the elderly, the retired, and basically people above the age of 60.
That's in other parts of the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Well, I would say what we have here in Nigeria is that we are already kind of overwhelmed by what we have on ground, that we have probably, we take people above the age of 60, we look at them and say, you should thank God that you're already 60. Just count your days and things like that. We actually have to help them also because if you look all over the world, people are living up to the age of 80, 90, and 100. So what do you do about that?
Okay, so you see this as a calling to go out to help the elderly.
Yes.
Now, my question now would be, in other parts of the world, we find old people's homes, seniors' homes. In our environment, we try to play a cultural card. Now, what do you think? Should we move towards the old people's home? Should we find a cultural card? Or do you think there is, I don't know.
If you look at the use of the old people's home, here in Nigeria, people think it's a way to just get rid of your own responsibility and put it on someone else. And that's not the reason why we have the old people's home. The old people's home is to help elderly people socialize with each other, you see? Okay. I want to give you an example. Imagine maybe we are like in our mid-30s or 40s and then they lock you up in the room for like 20 years. How would you feel? Or you stay in the house and you don't go out for like 20, 30 years. And this is what we see. This is a pattern we see repeat itself with the elderly people. When they get to a certain age, when they retire, they just sit at home. And this is the beginning of the problems.
And we feel sending money home is enough.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Just like any other person, the mind needs interactions with other people. The mind needs to experience new things. And you see elderly people, they'll tell you that, what haven't I seen in my life? I told them, a lot of things you haven't seen. And if you went to a old people's home, you have different activities, you go to different places and things like that. After retirement, that is when you should really enjoy your life because you've been working, thinking of your kids. Now your kids are old, you don't have any responsibility. So enjoy your life, live young, and have fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I often talk about gray hair because I want to grow old someday. Now, I want to know, are there tips you can give people who already have the gray hair? Now, some of our viewers are elderly, above 60, 65, 70-year-olds. They watch us because, as you said, they're left at home, so they just have our TV show to watch. Are there tips you can give them so that they begin to take these steps and then they have better lives as seniors?
My number one tip would be, don't ever think you're old. You're not old.
Okay.
You see, old age is a mindset. That's what I tell people. Sometimes you see someone who is 50 and has that mindset that he is old or something like that. And it starts to depreciate from there.
But you know sometimes your bones tell you that you're old.
Yeah, because you told your bones in the first place that you're old. Because you stopped being active and things like that. Everybody has minor problems. We have these issues of arthritis and things like that. And as we know today, arthritis is one of the major ways to conquer arthritis is by actually moving around, having a physiotherapist come around and things like that. So don't say because I have a knee problem, I have hypertension, I have diabetes, I have to sit down. No. One of the cure, I will not say the cure, but one of the ways to manage these problems is actually by being active. So the one and only advice I will give you is don't ever say I'm old.
So
you're always
keep
young.
living your life, keep moving, have discussions
at the age of 80,
with people.
Go out, go and shop.
Drive a car?
Drive a car. Yeah, I've actually seen people 80 years drive cars around. And it's actually very, very rare in Nigeria. But if you go to a place like Miami, you see them around.
Yeah, once the licensing officer says you can drive,
then you can
go
drive.
ahead and drive. Now, you were saying...
So, as I said, the only advice I'll give you is that don't ever alter that statement psychologically.
So, basically, don't ever alter that statement. You are not yet old.
Yeah.
Just keep moving. You are... Should I say
you're young?
Man?
You're young.
Dr. Jibril says you are young.
You're young and beautiful.
Young and beautiful. That's for the women.
Yeah, for the men. And you're young and handsome for the men also.
Now, let me one more question I'll ask you, Dr. Jibril. In other saner societies of the world, we find out that the government has a role to play in the social care, social health, and care of the elderly. What do you think we can do to get our government involved in care for the elderly?
If you look at the geriatric care in general, I tell myself, how much influence or impact can I have as a person? It is very minimal. And the fact is that even if we had like 20 retirement homes, it is never enough. So the government has the major role to play here. And it has to be packaged into people's retirement and pension plans. And that is how it's going to be effective. If the government abandons us, they have to understand that they too will grow old. Well,
they are old.
They are. And somebody was telling me something that how come that politicians at the age of 70, 80, they are much more, they look healthier than normal. I don't know, it's because they are active. That's true. When you are 70, 80, you are jumping from
They don't
Lagos
believe they're
to
old.
Yeah,
They become the youth that should take over.
So it's not going to be a success if just the private sector goes into it, because we are not talking of one person. We're talking of like 50 million people in the next 20, 30 years.
That's true.
So it's not even, I don't look at it as a business, because it is not something one person or 20 people or 50 people can do. It is something that the government has to do. And without the government being involved, we are just abandoning those who sacrifice their lives working for this country.
Wow. Dr. Jibril, I think that will be what we have today.
Thank you.
Really thank you for joining us on today's show. If you've been watching, it's We the Doctors. We've been discussing care for the elderly. Now, I want you to go straight right now to our Twitter handle, @WeTheDoctors, or go to our Facebook handle and place your comments. You can put the hashtag grey hair on it. And when we come back, We the Doctors continues. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
One of the best way through which we can help the elderly ones is know who the elderly ones are.
Like me personally, I have my elderly one at the village. My mother is dead. I do normally send some things to him on a monthly basis.
One, when you see an elderly person, first and foremost, what an elderly person needs is care and shelter.
And after knowing whom they are, you take good care of them. Because these are the people that are fought in one way and the other to make sure they see to our upbringing. So at the end of the day, we need to give it back to them as a means of paying back by taking adequate care of them.
One of the ways to care for elderly people, especially at times when I walk along the roadside, I see some elderly people doing some kind of hot jobs. That's very bad. Well, since they are not wise enough in their days to prepare for their old age, I believe as good citizens, when we see such people like that, whatever we have, we can extend our hands of fellowship to them, help them, just like you said earlier on, to cross the road. Some, they can't see very well, but they believe they can. Just stops like that.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is We the Doctors. My name is Dr. Valeria. We have been talking about care of the elderly, and then I'm sure you've got one adult, a senior at home. Senior, we're talking about people past the age of 60 and in some quarters past the age of 65. All right, your grandparents or your own parents are at home. They may be sick. They may be, fragile. They may be very weak, and they require care, one way or the other. Things that you need to put around at home when you're taking care of them, basically. Or even if you don't really have the time to take care of them, if you have a nurse at home, thankfully our guest earlier had mentioned some of the things we've been doing, in terms of taking care of, elderly people and stuff like that. So you may also want to get a nurse to be catering for them. But in this segment, we're talking about basic things you need to have around the home when you're taking care of an elderly. And then I think one of the basic things you should consider is you should have a first aid kit, because as elderly people, once in a while they may just sleep, and they may have a fall or something may just happen. That you have like a bandage at home, there's plaster, there's spirit, there's Savlon. You know, every home should have that anyways.
Every home should have one, but we should just emphasize again that.
Emphasize on that.
And if you have it, check it often.
Often to make sure that
because
for whatever you use,
exactly.
There's this story about something that happened and they wanted to take care of an elderly person. And then the elderly person was saying, look at where I kept the first aid kits. They went to the first aid kits.
And the supplies were not there.
Nothing. The kids have been playing with it. They roll the bandage as toilet tissue. They do just play around with everything.
Wow.
Another thing is, you should also have like painkillers at home. The over-the-counter medications and all of that. Sometimes they may come up with the flu. There's, over-the-counter, drug that they can take. They may have pains and all of that. Those are little things that can help them. And then you want to make life very easy for them. Put things at places they can easily see them and stuff like that. Because sometimes at that age, not everyone is able to remember stuff and all of that. You don't want to put them under unnecessary stress. That's not the time when you want to have, them go all the way upstairs to go and pick stuff. You want to be very supportive, be of great help to them.
Then again, you want to make sure that you disinfect everywhere because now these people have a weaker immune system than they used to have before.
So
you
they are
want to make
prone
sure
to
that
infections easily.
The window panes are clean, the tables, toilet seats, and so many things. Then for those of them that have difficulty with mobility, you want to give them things like walking aids or even wheelchairs because sometimes they like to cover some long distances. They can't be sitting down in one place all the time, so they want to go move around. Like you see older women abroad, the white ones, even men.
Yeah, they go around with the walkers.
They do their shopping. They do everything
by themselves. Yes.
Especially if maybe the drugs are not working, if the senior is on any medication, even the blood sugar test kits, they are all very easy to use.
Absolutely.
Things like thermometers, things like urinals, somebody that its mobilization is very difficult. You want to have the pail there in their room and they wash it every once in a while. So it's very important. And of course, I must mention at this juncture that on my website for caring for the elderly is vafierofoundation.com. That's VAFIEROfoundation.com. You get most of these tips here. So please feel free to visit that site. Yeah. Do we have any? We
don't have a question, but we'll have a comment. And
yay!
It's a very interesting one. Really, reading it, I get happy about the beauty of the grey hair. No, just when I read it out to you, you're going to be really happy about it. His name is Mr. Mosu. He said he's 78 years, that he has been watching our show for a long time. And I want to say we should keep it up. That in fact, we have made him ask his grandson to help him set up a Twitter account.
It's now internet savvy.
I assume we've been saying Twitter, and the man says what's Twitter. So that we've made him ask his grandson to set up a Twitter account. And now the grandson gets to type this comment to us. But he's saying that we are doing well, and I think...
Oh, that's good.
That's wonderful. Mr. Wonsu, thank you so much for the comments.
It's really nice,
thank you all for the questions. Thank you for joining us because without you, we will not be here.
It's the beauty of the grey hair.
Oh, seriously. Goodness. Hashtag grey hair at We The Doctors on Twitter. If you want to send us a question, that has been our show for today. I hope we've been able to entertain you and enlighten you at the same time. Till we see you next time, we're all saying...
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
And
stay healthy.
If you know, just enjoy the video they want to just watch, make una sharply subscribe to our channel. Not done.